Hello, good morning, namaste. My name is Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Thursday the 11th, Friday the 12th and Saturday the 13th of January. So it's my honour to be here sharing with you today. I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. Good morning, Stephanie. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much. So again, this is just a trial. I'm trialling out 3 days at a time. Whether I continue doing it this way or not, I'm not sure. I'm just seeing how it feels. So I look forward to your feedback. I will keep your feedback in mind, but I'm going to always come back to what feels right for me. So you know. So I trust that you're feeling good. If you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is pulling one of these cards, my Speed of Light Oracle. I'll be pulling one card for Thursday, one card for Friday, and one card for Saturday, and then one card for the theme for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So what I might also do, because I'm doing 3 days at a time, I might do I might put the time down when I start the next day in the information with the video. When I finished, I'll edit that and put like Friday's card comes at 9 minutes or whatever, just so that if you're coming back to replay, that you can go straight to that particular day if you want. So I'll do that for this particular video, and we'll see if that's helpful. So yeah, I'll be pulling one card. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone, so I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust something shared will be helpful and supportive for you at this time. So just take on board what feels right for you and let the rest go. You will know if it's guidance that you need to hear, because it will resonate, it will make sense, you'll be able to relate it to something in your life quite easily, something you're going through or something that you've been thinking about lately. So thank you and we'll get started. Hi Adonis and Kiba, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly. Hi Donna and Joanne. Hi Valentina. So I'm looking for the best card now for Thursday the 11th of January. So Thursday the 11th, and I trust 100% that the best card will find its way to the top. So we'll go with this card for Thursday, which is here, and we've got card 12 called Floating. And the keywords say spontaneous, calling, mental break, and escape. This is so funny because like in an hour's time, my whole house is going for a 2-hour drive to the mountain to go for some walk in nature and everything. So this is really quite relevant. I kind of chuckle inside at this card for me personally. So this is talking about Thursday being very favourable for taking a mental break. Sometimes we need a mental break to step away from things, to step away from the problem, to step away from the everyday stuff that we do, so that we can refresh and recharge ourselves, to see things from a new light perhaps, or get a new perspective. So our break away, or some spontaneous time away mentally, will likely help us see things in a new light or from a new perspective, which is necessary at this time. Anytime this card's come up and I've actually been inspired to take a spontaneous break and just step away, take a drive, go for a walk or rest or something, it's always offered me a new perspective. I feel like that's a big part of what this card's about. So if you're very much in the problem right now, if you're very much caught up in the drama and the problems of what's going on, then it might be even more essential for you to think about how or when or how is it possible for you to take a bit of a mental break. So there's little grounding in this card. It's very much mental. It's very much considering our mental state at this time and allowing ourselves to really open up and drop our mental baggage, our heavy thoughts, our negative thinking, our just the consuming of heavy thoughts. Sometimes they just go round and around in our mind and can make us feel quite like we're going quite insane. So taking a mental break feels important. So if it's important to you, it's very favourable to do that on Thursday. So mental break and being spontaneous, so doing something unplanned, may also be helpful for taking a bit of a mental break on Thursday. So I trust that makes sense to you. I'm now looking for the best card for Friday, the 12th of January. So if it's not Thursday for you yet, like before, this is all just guidance in advance. So take on board, what feels right, but also come back perhaps and connect over the next couple of days and see how things are relevant for you if you want to. So Friday the 12th of January, I'm going with this card here. And we've got card 44 called Woof. And the key words say instincts, moon, cycles, flow, and trust. So this card talks about changes, but changes that move in cycles. So we go through changes in our lives. We open up new doors, we close old doors, we go through, quite linear, I guess, quite path-driven, future, past kind of changes in our life. This card talks more about the cycles that we go through and allowing ourselves to cycle through. As females, a lot of us probably, maybe more so than males in some ways, we go through our body cycles, like our menstrual cycles, which is part of that cyclic energy that I'm talking about. It could be connected with that, but it might not be. I'm just giving you an example. So it's more cyclic, these changes that are taking place on Friday. So we might feel that we've been here before in regards to what we're going through. We might feel or notice a bit of a pattern that's playing out as well on Friday. So what can we do? I feel like if we can step back and trust in the flow, especially if we're not flowing with it, if we feel like we're kind of pushing or swimming against stream at this time, then we might be really guided to stop and just surrender to the moment and trust in that flow. So if Woof specifically is important power animal for you, then this is certainly a sign of your connection as well, if that's important to you. And also this brings up the lunar energy too, so connecting with the cycles of the moon, which is another, I guess, cyclic energy we can look at. So things are moving in cycles at this time. Are you flowing with it, or are you flowing against it? Are you swimming and flowing downstream with the movement of your natural flow, or your natural rhythm, your natural river, or are you trying to swim against stream? If you are trying to swim against stream, then recognize and be honest about that, so that you can then release your hold and let go and allow the movement to the movement of these cycles, the movement of your natural rhythm to guide you and to for you to align with that, so you're going with that flow. And there's so many things, so many factors that are taken into account with our flow. How we feel, what's going on for our body, our personality, our values, our truth, what's happening in our life or around our environment at this time. All of these things and many more things will impact what our flow looks like right now. So are you flowing with the movement of things, or are you trying to push against things at this time? So recognize it and perhaps do your best to consider how can you surrender and allow yourself to trust in the flow and the movement at this time of what's going on for you. So I trust that makes sense for your Friday, the 12th of January. Thank you. Andre says, I'm definitely swimming against the stream. Sad face. Yes, I'm sure you're not the only one. It is difficult, but I feel we have a lot of power in being able to recognize that we are swimming against the stream, or we are pushing against the way our life is going at this time. So if we are pushing against it, or we are swimming against the stream, as long as we recognize it and then start taking steps to bring ourselves back into alignment with it, or to surrender, then all is not lost. So puss is really stretched out here under my feet. Beep, beep. I'll just let her be. Hi Johnny, hi Margaret. Yes, it is a beautiful sky. We're in for a beautiful day today. Oh, Helen says I sank. That's not good. But, you know, sometimes we need to. Sometimes I've tried so hard to stay above water, you know, and it's so tiring. And sometimes that is pushing against something. Sometimes we need to surrender and just almost let ourselves sink in our river so that we can surrender to the moment and almost press that reset button. So don't be too hard on yourself. Sometimes we need to surrender and to sink. So I'm looking now for the best card for Saturday, the 13th of January. I keep wanting to say December, but we're past December now. So Saturday the 13th, we've got this card, which is Purification, card 8. And the keywords say, they say actually cleanse, detoxification and toxins. And a lot of us, you know, have been, just in this last couple of weeks, have really been called strongly to purge and purify and release toxins from our body. Whether this is habits that we've gotten into that we've been looking at breaking lately, or even habits with our eating. Like for me, I've been really detoxing from processed foods and artificial sugars that are in processed foods, and really looking at getting back into eating what I know is right for me. So instead of craving a chocolate bar, for example, and not knowing what's in it, I would prefer to make my own chocolate fudge or something that I know has raw sugar and real cocoa, or, you know, and real butter instead of margarine, and things like that that are important to me. So that's what I've been doing, and I feel a lot of us, and have noticed a lot of us, have been purging and detoxing from things that we've been consuming in our physical body. It's like we're starting to think about how important it is for us to treat our body, our temple, our physical body, with respect, and looking at what we are consuming and what we are putting into it, and whether it feels right for our body or not. So a lot of us have been considering that, and I feel like it's going to be really important on Saturday to perhaps really be aware of what we are putting into our body at this time, and allowing ourselves to clear and purge and release unwanted energies, not just in our physical body, but also mentally, and think about pulling and releasing our mental thoughts that are heavy and are not serving us or not supporting our highest truth at this time. So our negative thinking, our harsh criticizing thoughts about ourselves, our getting up in other people's business mentally, all this sort of stuff can push and pull on us mentally. So a lot of us are being called to purge our mind thoughts and purge and really look more closely at what's going on in our mind. We need to look at and be aware of what's happening in our mind so we know what we're purging and know what we want to keep and what we want to release. And a lot of us are shifting emotionally as well. So a lot of us are awash with emotions at times, and we might feel quite up and down emotionally. And this is okay. It's part of the cycles that we're going through and helping us further understand ourselves. So allow you might want to imagine like you're standing under a waterfall, and all those old, heavy, wounded emotions that you've been carrying that have been dominating your space emotionally, imagining those leaving you so that you can stabilize a little bit more emotionally, and what that means specifically for you. So that's the guidance for Saturday: purification, purging, detoxing, and looking at the toxins that we might be putting into our body, and are these really nourishing for us. So that's the guidance for Saturday. I trust it makes sense for you. So thank you. I'm now looking for the best card for the theme for Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So the theme card will help us bring these days together and will help us see the bigger picture for these specific days. So just take a nice deep breath if you want to. Actually, I might just stop and take 3 deep breaths. It only takes a few seconds. So I'm going to stop now and take 3 deep breaths, and I encourage you to join me if you want to. Just think about breathing out your worries, your concerns, your stresses, the stuff that's been on your mind, and fill up your body with that nice new air. So enjoy. So thank you. It only takes a few seconds, but it can make a big difference. So thank you for joining with me. Okay, the best card for the theme, I trust, is this here. And we've got card 26 called Filters. This card's been showing up from time to time, probably once a week for these last few weeks. The keywords say beliefs, cancel, delete, clarity and awareness. So I feel a lot of us are seeking clarity at this time. Clarity on how to proceed, clarity on a situation that feels a bit confusing or a bit muddy right now. We might be looking at needing clarity to make a decision in our life. Especially if we've been feeling confused, we may be feeling a bit unclear. So clarity is really getting my attention with this card at this time. And I feel that sometimes we prematurely, I've noticed for me, that sometimes I prematurely try and search out and seek out clarity and desperately want to know which way to go or to be clearer about something there and then. But what I've noticed is that sometimes we need to feel our way into clarity or allow clarity to come to us, whichever perspective kind of works better or resonates better with you. So I find if I'm feeling impatient and I'm feeling unclear and I want to make a decision now, that I'm getting a little bit impatient with myself. I need to step back and let the clarity come to me. Let myself feel my way to clarity so we can meet up and that clarity hits me then. So when the clarity hits me, which might be a few hours or a few days or even a few weeks later, then I know what I need to do. So if you're not feeling clear about something, it might be worth stepping back and allowing yourself to feel your way towards clarity, knowing that clarity is also finding its way to you. I've found through my experience that clarity and confidence go hand in hand. So if you're feeling unclear, you're most likely feeling unconfident or a bit small perhaps within yourself, as far as from a personal power perspective. So you can also work on building and increasing your self-confidence if you're feeling unclear. So if you're feeling lack of clarity and you're looking for clarity, then perhaps think of it from a perspective of confidence and how you can increase your personal self-confidence to help bring forward that clarity as well. But let's try not to be too impatient with ourselves over Thursday, Friday and Saturday, especially if we're looking for answers or if we're wanting clarity on something or if we're feeling unconfident in ourselves. Let's nurture ourselves and be patient and allow that clarity to come. Let's feel our way forward and feel the clarity into being rather than being impatient and trying to rush it into form. So allow clarity in is my message for the theme for this week. And remember, if you're being impatient with yourself, usually I find it's because I'm not trusting in perfect timing. So if you're not trusting in the timing and the flow of things, then you're probably going to be feeling a little bit impatient over Thursday, Friday or Saturday. So take a deep breath, step back, take a mental break if you need to, so that you can trust more in that flow. So I trust that makes sense for you. This guidance comes to you from my Speed of Light Oracle cards, which have been completely created by me. There's 55 cards in the deck. So if you want to learn more about them or start working with them yourself, please have a look on my website. They've been created independently, so you won't really find them in shops. There's only a few shops in Australia that have them, that wholesale them directly from me, and you can find that list on my website. Aside from that, I distribute them and publish them myself. So have a peek if you want to on my website. I have new pendants on my website I listed last night. So have a look. This is not one of them. In fact, I should have worn one. No, I didn't think of that this morning. But there are a few new pendants if you're on a pendant hunt or feeling or waiting for the right pendant to arrive. Have a look on my website if you like. If you want to learn more about the work that I do at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you'd like to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. So I will be going out into nature today, into the waterfalls. Will I be streaming? Oh, I don't know if I've even got reception out there. You never know, I may do a little bit of a waterfall stream if I'm able to. If not, I'll certainly share some pictures later in the day, because it's a beautiful place to go. So looking forward to about a 2-hour drive up to the mountain, and to a different mountain we don't usually go. So thanks for connecting. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I will be back to share with you on Sunday. So thank you. And Friday, actually, we've got our healing event for our Pillar of Light family in about a bit over 24 hours from now. So I look forward to connecting with you guys tomorrow. So thank you. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Namaste. And namaste means the divine, the creator within me, honours and acknowledges the divine, the creator within you. That we are equal, we are one. I am no better or different to you. We are the same, we are equal. So please, let's do our best to see each other as equals. Let's keep everyone on equal ground with us. We are not better than others, and others are not better than us. We're all just here doing our best in this experience called life. So thank you for being a part of my experience, and I will connect with you again soon. So thank you. Namaste.